Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning indeed to you wherever you are, and welcome to Friday. Friday, oh boy, it is Friday. Aren't you feeling better knowing it's Friday? Just knowing that it's Friday always puts a smile on everyone. Peter's nodding in total agreement. And you know, it just makes your week feel as if it's all over, but you're looking forward to the weekend, and the weekend goes so quickly. But nonetheless, it is a time, as I always remind you, for the best sleep in the world. Those of you who live by an alarm clock like us early in the morning, it is the best sleep because no alarm tomorrow. And so you can sleep till thy kingdom come as long as you wish to do so. Good morning. Good Friday morning to you indeed. I'm Pearson Bowen. Good having you company. Thank you for joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. Always grateful for your company. I encourage you always to share the show, tell someone else about us, and bring them along as well to join in the fun and the information share. So please do so every single day. That's the one thing I ask of you every day, to share the show and bring someone else to join with you. But as you talk between yourselves, talk to us as well. We're happy for that. And as always, if you have an idea or if you know of something or someone which you think we need to tell the world about, drop us an email. The email address is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. It's there on your screen. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Be a partner with us. And so we thank you so very much for doing so with us. So good to see you. Good. Hoping you're having a fantastic morning thus far. It has broken, the sun has risen in parts of the world, and so in our part it's already beginning to be bright. And so we're hoping that this weekend turns out to be one that you thoroughly enjoy. There's a lot happening, and I'll tell you about that lot happening as the show continues. Good morning to Patricia Ben, you're overseas. She's saying good morning to all across the pond. We send blessings back to you as well. Thank you for being up and early, keeping us company on our social media. Auntie Faye, who lives in St. Peter. Good morning to Auntie Faye as well. A terrific today to you as well. Thank you. She wishes all well, and we do too. Now, as you know, the Jean Pierre Youth Netball Tournament is on. It concludes at the weekend. It concludes, as a matter of fact, on Saturday. That's tomorrow. There are games on today. Today. And we love very much for you, as many of you as possible, to come into the gymnasium. Come into the gymnasium and give support to all of the teams, but especially give support to the Barbados team, right? So today, there's a game at 5:30 featuring Antigua and Barbuda against Dominica. There's a game at 6:45, quarter to 7 this evening, featuring Grenada and St. Lucia. And then the Barbados game is at 8 o'clock. That's Barbados versus Trinidad and Tobago. And so far, Barbados' baby gems have been doing very, very well. So your support by being physically there is absolutely critical and welcomed. So that's today. Tomorrow, Saturday, when the tournament ends, it's a 5:30 game and a 6:45 game. That 5:30 game is St. Lucia versus Trinidad and Tobago. And then Barbados at 6:45 versus Grenada. And then at 8 o'clock, they're having the closing ceremony, and it brings the curtains down on this 21st edition of the Jean Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Tournament. We have to be at the gym. You can pay at the door. You have to be at the gym. You can pay at the door. And so I encourage you to come and be a part of it all, indeed, as we celebrate the success thus far of the baby gems. Also this weekend in St. Joseph, today at Peg Farm, this evening as a matter of fact, they're having movie night. Movie night. So they encourage you to bring your little chairs, you bring your blankets, you bring everything. They're showing the movie Shirley, celebrating the life of Shirley Chisholm. And that begins at 5 o'clock at Peg Farm in St. Joseph. It's all part of the regathering activities in the parish of St. Joseph. On Saturday, though, they're having their family fun ride and walk. That happens at 7:30 in the morning, starting at the Grantley Adams Memorial Secondary School. And they want as many of you as possible to be there. So be there. Also, they're having their surfing at Bathsheba. Also, a little note to remember, on the 12th, which is Saturday, tomorrow, Saturday, they're having the JWs, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the memorial. commemorating the death of Jesus. The memorial is in congregations across the island, and there are several. So find that congregation nearest to you, or you can watch it online as well. Go to jw.org, jw.org, and join in the celebration of the commemoration of the death of Jesus through the memorial. It's just 1 hour of your time, but it's 1 hour well spent understanding the ransom, the sacrifice made for our salvation. We good? Now, coming up on Sunday is Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday. I don't want you to take that tradition lightly. I don't want you to simply wander through the moment because it has become for you now a ritual. It means a lot. They shouted Hosanna because it was the arrival of the Messiah, the person who they thought they would reap salvation from. And so as we had a conversation yesterday with Bishop Derek Richards of the Methodist Church, he reminded us of the significance of Palm Sunday. So the churches are open to receiving you on Palm Sunday as you reconnect once again with the reason of Easter. I think it's the best time of the year, really, in the Christian calendar. I love Easter hymns. I prefer Easter hymns over Christmas hymns. I was actually doing When I Survey the Wondrous Cross this morning. And for me, that's one of the hymns that I've loved from a little boy all my life because the words are so impactful. When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died, my richest gains I count but loss, and pour contempt on all my pride. Forbid it, Lord, that I should boast, save in the death of Christ my Lord. And I could go on and on, but I'm not going to do the recitation for you this morning. So that's what's happening today on the weekend as well. So Palm Sunday all the way through, I want to encourage you to be a part of it all. Now, coming up today on Morning Barbados, we will be meeting a young Barbadian man who lives in Jamaica now. He is doing his work in Jamaica, but he's home and he has a story to tell. And so I can't wait to hear from him. We'll also hear from Shay Greenwich and all of those about the 1,000 acres of land into regenerative farming and what that means. So she's bringing a group of people with her. So we want to talk about that and how possible is that really? Now, a Barbadian man with a passion for mathematics will join us. He's written a book. He's working on his second book. And so we want to know the problem he's seeking to solve. So he'll join us to talk about his passion through that. It's a season of emancipation which kicks off on Monday. And we'll hear about that live reenactment of the 1816 rebellion. Rodney Grant, the advisor in the Prime Minister's office, will join us as he reminds us of what we can expect in the season of emancipation, which runs until August. And soon we'll share with you a heartwarming story of how the grandfather's birthday became very, very special. It is a beautiful story, not to be missed at all this morning. But I also promise you today, I have a riddle. Oh, I have riddles, as a matter of fact. I come with my bag of riddles. Are you ready to call me? Get ready to call me now on 228-5562 or 228-5563. This is such a simple riddle you can't begin to imagine. And I know you're smart enough to be able to do so. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Now, here is today's riddle. Simple Simon met the pieman. That riddle is, that's not the one I wanted. Anyway, I add 5 to 9 and get 2. I add 5 to 9 and I get 2. The answer is correct though. So what am I? I add 5, the ladies who are here watching me right now go like, huh? What are you talking about? I add 5 to 9 and I get 2. The answer is correct. That answer is correct. So what am I? Pierce, what else is you know? You get all of it. I know. 228-5562 or 228-5563. I add 5 to 9 and I get 2. That answer is correct. I'm telling you. So what am I? And the gallery laughs. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Be bold, be brave. Test your memory, test your skills, and give me a call. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Take your time. I know it's hard, but it's easy. Trust me. When you really stop to look at the logic of it, it is easy peasy Japanesey. That simple. All right. Thank you. 228-5562. I'm on the stage today. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Come on, give me a call. Tell me. Do you know the answer? That answer is correct, by the way. I add 5 to 9 and get 2. Or what? Somebody is so bold to dare to call and answer me? Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pearson. I haven't called you for a while.
Yes, I miss you.
This is Beverly.
Hi, Beverly of St. James, right?
Yes, please.
Beverly of St. James. Breakfast already?
No.
No, because breakfast coming after 12.
Yeah.
You're such a naughty, naughty girl. So, Bev, how's the weather today?
Oh, it looks cloudy outside, and it's cool. But I hope that the clouds will lift a little later.
No. Because
you
what?
You like it cloudy?
If
Or when it's cloudy, it's cool. It's true.
not just cool is true, but it's calming. I kind of like dark.
Oh, you like that?
Yes, and one of my guests is not in a total agreement with me. Keep it nice and
But you
darkish.
know what it reminds me of? It
What?
reminds me of when I'm in England.
Really?
Yes, because a lot of the days it's cloudy like this.
How often have you been in England? How long have you been in England?
Oh, I haven't lived there for a long time. The longest I've spent is 6 months.
Oh. Because they will kick you out thereafter?
No, because that's the length of time I chose.
No, that's the length of time they gave you.
Well, I chose 6 months because I know that's what I would get.
There you go. So you at the longest distance. No problem, Bev.
Yes.
So Beverly, answer the question for me. I add 5 to
I have
9.
the answer.
Really?
Yes.
What's it? So what am I?
I am time, hours. If you add 5 from 9 a.m. and you add 5 hours, you will get 2 p.m.
Go ahead. I'm listening to your logic. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I am time, or I am hours, whatever. If you ask,
No.
what am I?
Yes. So one answer. What am I?
Hours.
Beverly? What do you want me to tell you?
That I am correct?
That is not what I'm going to tell you, Beverly.
Yes. If
No.
you add 5 to 9,
I understand your mathematics.
Hours to 9, you will get 2.
Beverly, you can repeat as often as you want. You still it right.
So should I say a time then?
Pardon me?
Should I say a time?
No.
Oh. The math is correct, but the answer is incorrect.
It's karong, yes. That's what you wanted to say. Come on.
Correct.
But Bev, try again, okay?
So early in the morning, I thought that I would have gotten it. You
I
bet.
know.
Break
I do
my
this to you
beat early in the morning.
I do this to you all the time. And I love doing it to you, Beverly.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Likewise to you. Thank you very much
All right,
indeed.
bye-bye.
All right,
Take
good.
care.
You too. She's so fun. You keep trying, folks. You keep trying. All right. So it's Easter approaching. I know the children are on holiday and they're having a blast. So take the children out, let them get engaged in all of the Easter traditions as we know it, which would be kite flying and all of those kinds of things. But at the same time, for those who are preparing for the Common Interest Examination, the 11 plus, as I call it, perhaps they need to also spend some time in their books. Parents, don't forget, we have another call. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right, thanks. And
Good.
you?
I'm well, thank you for asking. Who's calling?
Nadia.
Hi, Nadia. Good to meet you. That's a lovely name. I call it Nadja. I don't say Nadia, I say Nadja.
Oh, well, mine doesn't have a J. It's D-I-A.
It doesn't have to have a J?
No.
D-I-A is a J for me.
Okay.
You know that in America, they would call the name Marcia,
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And while we say M-A-R-S-H is Marcia, they would call M-A-R-C-I-A Marcia.
Oh, okay.
You believe me?
Oh, I don't know. I'm listening.
I am great though, man, Nadia.
Yeah.
So, Nadia, be bold. Answer the question.
A clock.
I beg your pardon?
A clock.
Why do you say that? Explain it to me.
Because if you are at 9 o'clock and you add 5 hours, you get 2 o'clock.
You heard Beverly say that. Go ahead. Keep going.
So the answer is a clock.
I add 5 to 9 and get 2.
Yes, please.
And I am a clock.
Yes, please. And
Yes.
I'm sticking to that answer.
Really? Oh, Nadja, girl, you're sticking real long. I'm telling you, you're going to stick real long. Nadja?
I'm listening.
You
so,
listening for, what
am
are you
I
listening
correct?
for?
I'm listening to hear the verdict.
You're right.
Ah, thank you.
Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you.
Have a good day now.
day.
You're welcome indeed.
Bye.
I have another one for you later on here. Another one is coming for you a little later on, so
Okay,
stand by.
all right.
Thank you very much. Have a good one indeed.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheese on breaders. The other one I wanted to do, we will do that later on. And we will quiz. I'm telling you, that other one that I really wanted to tackle, that is going to give you a headache for the whole weekend. Promise you. All right. So I want to share with you now something that we experienced when we went to the Elliott Belgrave primary school when they had their literacy week. And since Easter is upon us, they also roped in the traditions of Easter, particularly as it relates to kite flying, but linking that with literacy, reading, understanding, all of those kinds of things, and engaging in communication. You remember? We'll take a look.
This is our picnic, also celebrating our literacy week. So we're out here, we're reading, and we're having a picnic, and we're flying our kites, and we're just making the children happy today. It is good, it is going very well. The children are very excited. They're out there playing with their kites, they're out there flying. Then we have the teachers like myself and Mr. Wickham here. We're helping put together the kites, we're tying up the cord, we're putting in the loops, and we're making sure that the day is flowing smoothly.
It's a blue, I think yellow and red, and a bit of black. Zamani. Genova. My daddy bought it for me. Yes, please.
Well, the initiative is a good initiative. I believe that as a responsible parent, and any responsible parent would want to be in the environment like this, whereas I can support our children in something constructive like this. Here's my daughter Naya. A kite we have purchased for her, and she's just doing her thing.
Naya.
Naya, are you having fun, Naya?
Yeah.
My name is Nisha Kamabat. I am head girl.
How you enjoy the flying?
It's been going good. Good. Yes, I'm tired. A back kite.
Julia Edwards. I'm class 4. Yes, please. It's wonderful so far. A back kite.
So why you're not playing kite right now?
Because I'm getting tired. Naji, yeah.
Yeah, what class are you in?
Class 4. Yes, please.
You're ready?
Not as yet.
And what ticket that you have?
My kite is not here yet.
So you're enjoying kite flying for everybody else?
Yes, please.
You're helping everybody else with the kites?
Yes, please. A Bishop Bob.
And what class are you in?
I'm in class 4.
Okay, so you're getting ready for the combination as well.
Yes, sir.
And you're also the head boy?
Yes, please.
How you enjoying being the head boy?
I'm happy to have this honor.
Yeah, how you enjoying kite flying?
It's
It's exciting, and I'm happy to be here. I don't have a kite, but I'm helping others who have kites.
Today at Elliott Baldwin Primary School, we're having our Litnic Literacy Week activity where we have our students, they're flying kites, some of which were made and some that were bought. We taught them how to make kites yesterday. When I said we, of course I'm not included, we had resource personnel from the basketball community who came in and demonstrated how to make kites. So the children are here today, they're flying kites, enjoying themselves, and also some of them are reading and engaging in quiet activities, socializing. You know, they're having fun to celebrate Literacy Week at our school and also incorporating some Easter activities. We also have the presence of the St. Peter Parish Committee here, and we brought out the children just to give them an authentic experience today.
Yes, first of all, I'm Esther Wilkinson, principal of Elliott Baldwin Primary. For the last 4 years, we have been celebrating Literacy Week at our school. Ms. Welcome, who you've met, and her team have been leading it. And we've had different activities at different times of the year. But this year, we decided to hold it just before Easter week so that we could integrate the themes from Easter with our literacy activities. And it has turned out to be so far a wonderful experience during the week, because our launch this year was bigger and better in that we had more children involved doing items, recitations, dance. We included readings, and some of the children who have had challenges reading before actually read some of the passages for the program, and for us that was progress. Yesterday we had a different set of activities. We had a kite making activity where resource persons from the community came in and actually taught the children how to make the kites, and then some of the kites that were made, they had the opportunity to fly them. So for them it was the opportunity to learn, and then later on to be able to write about the experience of making a kite, and today they get to fly those kites. And you can see the excitement that they have, and how some teachers and parents are still working together to help some children put kites together. And we expect that at the end of this day, the children would have gained significant experience, learning opportunities to talk, to share, to learn about color, to learn about the experiences with the wind and the kites that are popped and running away, and you know, the experience of running after them. All of these are things that the children will later be required not only to share with us, talk to us about, but also to write about these things. And I must say that since we've been doing this for a few years now, we have seen a change in the children's literacy efforts. They have more confidence, they're willing to talk, and of course we've seen it also in our common entrance exam results. Over the years we've seen that increase. Until last year, we must say that our language arts tipped above the national mean, and we see the strengths. So it is something that we are enjoying and that we will continue to engage in as years go forward.
The Ministry of Youth Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
26 minutes now after 6 o'clock as we turn our attention to the ongoing activism by the Autism Association of Barbados. Remember, the month of April is Autism Awareness Month, and we continue as I do with my wristband, as I do with my pin, and as you can as well when you see them in the malls, in their spaces, purchase. Because in your purchase, you are lending support to the ongoing work that they're engaging with for parents with children who are autistic indeed. And so it's a very, very worthy endeavor, and we thank you for your financial support indeed. But coming up on the weekend, there's still a whole host of activities still to come in the month of April. And joining me this morning to talk it up is a public relations officer with the Autism Association of Barbados, in Miss Nadia Simmons. Good morning to Nadia.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. And one of the parents who has an autistic teenager, her name is Bridget Baker. Bridget, good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning, Pearson.
Good. And last time Nadia, she was here, Bridget shared with us her story. And I'm not going to say her trials, but her experience in managing her teenage son who is autistic, and the joy that she is seeing by the change that she is also seeing in him. And that's what the Autism Association of Barbados does. You provide those avenues for people to be able to feel better, and for children to really accentuate themselves and be better at what they do.
Absolutely.
And I know, having heard their stories, there's a lot of parent workshop coming up.
Absolutely. So this coming Sunday, we'll be having a workshop. I think Bridget would
delve further into it.
Yes.
Right. So the workshop is this Sunday, as Nadia said, which is the 13th of April. It starts at 10 and go till 4 p.m. There's going to be a lunch break. It's going to be at the Yacht Club. Everyone knows where that is in Bay Street. It's entitled Building Coping Skills and Supporting Communication Development. We're going to be having a board-certified behavioral analyst. Her name is Natasha Hazelgrave, and she's going to be looking at behavioral tendencies in children on the spectrum, things that you can do to help the child manage their behaviors. And we're going to also have Cindy Blaze, who is a speech therapist, and she's going to be looking at communication difficulties, things that parents can do to help the child. Also helping parents to understand what is going through the child's mind when they can't communicate, looking at alternative ways of communicating, because we usually see communication as only verbal only, but persons on the spectrum who are nonverbal can communicate, might not be with words. They have other devices that they can use to help with the communication. So at the moment we have space via Zoom only. Our face-to-face is totally full.
That's good news.
That is good news.
Great news.
So to register, you can call us at 233-6221. That's 233-6221. Or you can email us at autisminbarbados@gmail.com.
Right. We have the information on the screen, so folks, write it down quickly. You can join this session on Zoom. It's happening on the 13th, which is Sunday. And to be on Zoom, and you need the Zoom logins, then you need to call those numbers, 233-6221, or send an email to autisminbarbados@gmail.com. And they welcome you. They welcome you. This session then is for parents. And is it only for parents of children with autism?
Well, we do know some teachers have registered, and that's fine. It is geared towards parents, but at this point, there's a shortage. Natasha is the only behavioral analyst in Barbados, and she has a long wait list. So we know persons that need her aren't able to access her. This is why this workshop is very important. So this is a great way for teachers to ask questions if they do want to log on, but it is mainly for parents.
I'm so glad you said that, though, because an autistic child can also be picked up in the regular school environment.
Absolutely.
But because teachers sometimes don't know how to spot the signs
Yes.
and how to engage in communicative language with them, it is challenging for the child, but it's also frustrating for the teacher. And so teachers are encouraged to join this workshop on Sunday from 10 in the morning with a break.
Yes.
And when it breaks for lunch, we're having our lunch in our home. But nonetheless, join online because all of the space has already been fully subscribed. So the only way you can now be a part of this and benefit from the rich offerings in it indeed is online, on Zoom, as a matter of fact. But you need to call 233-6221 or send an email to autisminbarbados@gmail.com. And so, is this the first time you're having such a parent workshop?
Of this scale, yes and no. We have one every year, but this one has been, within 12 hours, we got fully subscribed for the in-person session. So we had to think of another way to accommodate persons that still want the information, so this was Zoom. So every year we have one, but this one I think is the largest one we've ever had for sure.
This is a good challenge.
It is.
But it also indicates, one, either that there's a growing number of people who are finally acknowledging that their child has autism, or that there are a growing number of people who want to partner with you in this.
I think it's a little bit of both.
And that's good news.
It
I'm
is.
glad about that. So folks, go on Zoom. Get on Zoom on Sunday. It's a lovely couple hours of your day, really, a few hours of your day. And that's only one of the activities that they have coming up. What else is coming up, Nancy?
We have our large event at the end of the month, our Autism Awareness Walk and Cool Down Fair, featuring Spinny. This is happening on April 28th. The walk begins at 7 a.m. We will, it's about a 45 minutes walk, and get back, cool down for a little bit. Then spinning session begins around 8:30, and it'll be a great fair. There's a kids zone. If you have a child on the spectrum, or they aren't quite diagnosed yet, I should say, this would be great for you to come out and mingle with us. But we have therapists there. We have schools, private schools there that accommodate kids on the spectrum. It'll be a great resource to tap into. And it's a great cause.
Indeed so. Let's talk registration. Do we need to register one? And then when in registration, what happens?
Registration, not officially. All you need to, once you come, you buy a shirt from us. And then you're able to take part in the walk and the spinning session. So that's buy a shirt. Adult shirts are $35. Kids are $25. And that's it.
So simple.
It is.
So, on Heroes Day, be a hero. Stand up for children of autism. Join the Autism Association of Barbados in this walk and run. It's a wellness activity as well. It's good for the body. I've only just started walking again, and I feel like I could push down the world.
It does make a difference.
It's really very making a difference to me. And so we want you to come, and when you come, just come and buy a shirt. Purchase that shirt. Adults $35, children $20, and
$25 for kids.
Or $25 for the children, so $10 different. So $35 and $25. And when you're there, you are lending your support.
Absolutely.
You take the walk, you take the run, do at your convenience. Walk and run if you choose to do that as well. But at the end of it, there's a cool down session with Spinny, who we know is quite exciting in how he does what he does indeed. And so bring the children along. Don't just be a casual observer of the activity. Get involved. Really, literally get involved. And you will see the difference it brings to you as well by getting involved. And it's only by my interaction with people with different abilities that I have a greater sensitivity for it.
And it's great for kids to get involved, because kids will have to interact with special needs persons in their life, and getting them involved and getting them to interact with them is a great way to teach them how to interact with us, basically.
But I'm also glad that the children of autism are also going to be the children on the spectrum. Just to watch your language, who will also be there.
Absolutely.
And they too, I mean, sometimes noise affects them in a negative way, but to be social is part of what you desire as parents, of people. And so that opportunity will be given to them. They'll have the jump intensive play area as well.
Yep.
And hopefully in all that engagement, we heightened sensitivity.
Absolutely, that's the goal.
What frustrates, I'm not saying that deliberately, what frustrates you, where you sit as PRO of the Autism Association of Barbados, about how us view people of autism?
I think it's getting a lot better, if I'm being honest, with the work we're doing. But I think just people not knowing about autism, they think they know, but when they see a child out in public having a tough time, the comments they make. But that's what we're here to do: educate the public about it and gain the understanding about the disability.
And then how to handle it too, not just handle yourself, but handle it. Because as I keep telling you guys, I've learned from this how to handle it. And so, Bridget, as the mother, and wanting the best for your child. And then looking at us who are just John Q public and how insensitive we can be sometimes with our stare. Talk to me what that means to you.
It's important that people understand what's going on with the child and not to stare, not to make the comments. Particularly, most of the time persons will say, oh, that child is hard, it's bad behavior. Well, you don't spank that child, you know, what we like to say.
Drop a lash.
Yes, and I mean, that adds to the noise that might be going on in their head, so they might be actually creating a worse situation for the child.
Yes.
You know, so I think once you understand, then you can react better to what is actually going on.
And that's the message not just for John Q Public, but for teachers as well.
For teachers as
in the
well.
education system. How is the education system adjusting to accommodate? I know you said they have their private schools now, but you know, in the mainstream education system, how is it adjusting to accommodate?
That's a tricky question, person. That's a loaded question. They're trying. We actually had a number of workshops. We had, I think, 4 in total the last month with teachers of primary school and public schools, primary school and secondary school, educating teachers about autism and how they can handle a child with autism in their classroom better. And it's a difficult process because the numbers are increasing and the spaces for children are not increasing. So they are being put into the mainstream schools, which can be stressful. We as parents understand it can be difficult to manage these children on the spectrum. In a mainstream classroom, they don't like sitting down, they need more one-on-one attention to help get the work done. So it is a difficult situation right now, but we're hoping with education transformation that they put in more accommodations for children like our kids.
Yes, and you have my full support on this one. You're in that position indeed. And so, folks, this Sunday you can call quickly 233-6221. Someone will answer you and be a part of the Autism Association of Barbados Autism Parent Workshop online via Zoom, because in person is already fully subscribed, and get access to these outstanding people. They are so in demand that sometimes you're on a waiting list forevermore. So you can now have free access to these individuals and get your answers to the questions that you may have and direction as to how you can make your engagement with your child or the children with whom you have to interact far more meaningful. Understand how they communicate so that you can communicate with them. And so that's critical. I remember when Charmaine was here, she said, I just want to hear my child say mommy.
Oh, yes.
Oh my word, that broke my heart. And so I could well understand the challenges sometimes. And so, but there are solutions. And those ladies are there to help you provide the solutions. And so we encourage you to log on and get involved in that as well. But coming up on the 28th, stand up for autism indeed by turning up for the Autism Heroes Fun and Wellness Walk and Cool Down Fair. Activities for the children. Shirts for adults are $35. Shirts for the children are $25. You just turn up and purchase a shirt and take the walk or run and lend your support. Show your support. Show your support. They are just like us. Nadia, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us again.
You're very welcome. And Bridget, good to see you again.
Yes,
more stories to be told, so more time. So
absolutely,
more time is yours. All right. Morning Barbados, takes a break here. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Skuld is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Skuld, a look into the future.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
Unscramble this.
That tells you we're turning the pages of a book. That's right. This book is written by a Barbadian man whose story is one of triumph, survival, and he wants to make it possible for others as well through mathematics this time. His name is Bradley Murray. He's from Coleridge and Parry, dare I say. I mean, naturally, that's where brilliance resides, or is formed. Indeed, Bradley, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And you're a math head, right?
Yes, please. Yes,
why do you call yourself a math head?
Coming through school, I always enjoy.
You love math?
Yeah.
Someone thought you were weird, right?
Well, the thing is, a lot of friends came to me for help. So
because you were the weird one.
I didn't realize it was just easy. Like this is not difficult.
Yeah.
Let me show you, and even children in my neighborhood, it will help.
Whoa.
So my mom was always telling me, you know, you'll be a good teacher, and I was like, I want to be a teacher. My mind was somewhere else, but I ended up falling in the path. So teacher found me.
Nice, nice. And this passion for mathematics was in primary school as well?
Well, yeah. My mom told me I always had a love for maths over the English.
But in secondary school at Coleridge and Parry, who was your math teacher? Let me see if I know this name.
Mr. Holder.
Mr. Holder.
I had two Holders. I had two Mr. Holders, and I had a Woodruff.
I know Mr. Woodruff.
Right.
He's still there.
There's an older. They had two different Woodruffs. Woodruff one was a woodwork teacher, and another was a maths teacher.
I know that. I know them. I know them. I'm old enough to know them too. And so, but Mr. Holder was your teacher.
He was the last. He was 4th and 5th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he inspired you as well through his techniques and so forth.
For him too, he used to allow me, like when CSC was coming up, because it was pretty decent at it, he would allow me to, all right, hold this class with me. Oh. Go through these things with them. So I mean, I was always involved with different teaching.
Yeah. You are so lucky to have had that opportunity. Yeah. But you've taken that and you've formed some books.
Yeah.
You've already released and produced Maths for the Caribbean workbook.
Yes.
And you're completing the other one.
Yes.
Which is called
version 2? Well, it's a textbook version.
Okay.
It's a textbook version.
It's a thick book.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of maths in that.
It's the full CSC syllabus from 1st to 5th. A lot of my kids they kind of encourage me to write the books because if I teach in certain topics, I find that I would have to go to several books to complete something. And a lot of the kids are like, sir, you don't put everything in one, sir. We just watch me moving from the car to the class with a ton of books. So they were like, sir, with your foot, will you just go and get something, one book? So you should write a book. And it was like, paying no money. But eventually, I started to put things together, and I said, yeah, maybe it'd be a good thing.
Wow, and it's a good thing because it's maths playground. And so you simplify maths, you make maths fun.
And
that's important.
Another reason why I'm still working on it is I let my kids use it first in my classes and my lessons, so that if I could see a child sit down and start reading a particular topic and gain knowledge without me having input, that is a plus. If a lot of them do not like math books because they're too much information, too fine, not enough color. So when they read my class, and then if you read through the book, you will see that they got little clip notes in it, just to inspire you as you go ahead. So try to ease off.
And this is for CXC mathematics.
Yes, yes.
Right. And
for me, it's coming. For me, 2 teachers.
That's what I was heading to. Thank you.
They're
You
on
read
my
my
case
mind.
already. I donated to a couple primary schools this last year. Plan on doing it again this year.
Right.
And they were saying, so we don't have anything. I said, I working on that.
Whoa, that's fantastic.
Yes.
So this book, Maths for the Caribbean workbook, tackles the CXC syllabus.
Yes, from fractions all the way down to
trigonometry. Just
that as well. Everything is in there.
Oh my word! I can't remember nothing about that.
Sequencing and patterns is the last thing, but trig is a beautiful topic, and that's how we build buildings.
Good for you guys. I don't intend to remember anything about that at all. So I have something to ask you. Tell me here, if not that one. If I add 5 to 9, I get 2.
Yes.
Is that possible?
No, not really.
Not really?
In terms
not
of,
in maths?
In what terms?
I don't. You tell me. That's not possible. You're the math teacher, though. So if could I add 5 to 9 and get 2?
No, you can't.
I can't.
No, you can't.
You sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Every put in a calculator, you know again too. But it all depends on what area it's in.
I like that. The point that is it. It's a riddle.
Yeah.
And so if I add 5 to 9, 5 hours to 9, I get 2.
Yeah.
I come at 2.
Yeah.
That's the whole point there.
Yes. Yes.
So thinking outside of the box is also what you encourage.
Yeah.
In this workbook as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's as simple as what you see. Sometimes it takes a little bit of thought as well.
And what I push the envelope with my kids too, where I try bringing algebra into various areas, into the simplest things, so that when they look at it, they're like, sir, but we don't see this. But it's not about seeing, it's about understanding and application. It's all about application. No, math is easy. It's just applying it. So when you go through topics, it might seem simple, but then when you throw a letter in it, they'll be like,
you got that right, X.
Exactly. Sir, we never had this. It's like, think about what you're doing.
Yes.
So it's just about application, applying it.
I know.
So I just want to closing the gap, bridge the gap a little bit more to CXC, so children can really get a better grade. Because I know the grades are not the best across the Caribbean. So we really like to improve on that.
You're so right when you toss a letter in there. I'm telling you, X in the brackets.
Yes.
Oh my word! Then you lick up.
Because I would give them an area of a triangle, of a square, length by width. Put numbers in it. So that easy. Put a letter. Put A and B. Wait, sorry, never do this.
Yeah.
Think about it. Just X, Y. That's all. Like, just think about it. And then you put a equation to it, it starts to make it a little different. So I try to break it down.
And I'm glad you did, because math is applied to everything we do in life. Everything we do.
Yes.
In determining how big is the space to put this particular 2-seater or 3-seater.
Exactly.
All of that kind of thing. Or just going to the supermarket alone.
Even tiling.
There you go.
Tiling, painting, everything is in there.
Everything is math.
Yes.
But math is not, because we've created in our heads this concept that math is scary.
Yeah.
We run from it.
Yes.
Because we toss the letters in there. That's when it makes no sense anymore. So, but it can be as simple as the application of the theory of it, the process of it, and then you just apply and plug in as you go from there. And so these books are available in Barbados?
Yes.
I mean, because you brought some along with you.
Yes. So
and they're available at stores.
Well, I have it at a store in Montrose, Christchurch. It's an electronic store. Let's source it. And you can contact me, and you can get them as well.
How can we contact you?
Telephone number. You can.
Yeah, I know, but what number?
234.
234.
2861.
2861. 234. 2861. 234. 2861. 234. 2861. And so that book is available for those students who are preparing for their C exams. Yes. This is a good time to really test yourselves. Look at that. Factoring difference of 2 perfect squares. The difference of 2 squares, a squared minus b squared equals to a plus b. and then a minus b?
Yeah. Yeah, it is a rule. So when you factorize it, then you get a plus b, a take b. And then we expand the bracket, you get back the original. A
I
squared.
don't understand that yet. So A squared is A times A to me.
Yes.
And B squared is B times B. Right. But you're saying to do so, I take A and B and add it. And then
you're really adding it.
What is it? You have a plus sign. Don't you?
Yes. Okay. It's a rule. It is a rule that that is part of math. It's one of the rules that we come up with. So when you're factorizing, that is one the quadratic way is a factorizing. So there are several. There's quadratic, there's perfect squared, and then there's the AC method for factorizing. So there are 3 different steps, 3 different types. So there's one that CSC love to bring. So that's a rule.
Thank God there's you here. Thank God there is you, Bradley Murray, to make it really, really simple but fun. Yes. We're going to take a break and we'll come back and we'll discuss some more mathematic problems to be solved in just a moment.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes.
7 to 7. Now, while on the break, I was having a little bit of extra coaching to understand that mathematical question that was just posed to all of us. I hope you at home are trying as well, you know, and that's one example of what's in the book. So here we go. The difference of 2 squares. So talk me through this, Bradley.
Right. So if you look at the examples at the bottom, x squared take 25. Now, if you square root 25, you get 5. So one is negative and one's positive.
Oh, Bradley, come.
Yes.
Quick example. X squared and minus 25. You say take 25.
Yeah.
So it's x times 2.
X squared, not times 2.
Well, not times 2. So x twice.
Yes.
And then you added 5 in there. Equals to x plus 5.
No, they are products. So products mean to multiply. So when you expand the brackets, it'll be x by x, which is x squared. X by negative 5. And then x by, then so you will multiply, when you multiply them out, you will get a negative and a positive 5. And then you subtract those, you're left with the 25.
I get you now. I get it now.
So
I get it now.
And then because it's the rule, a positive 5 and a negative 5 will give you negative 25. So you get back what you have in the beginning.
I get it now.
Right?
Oh. That's
so look at all the other numbers.
Don't ask me to do it.
49, 81,
7,
9.
Minus, a negative and a positive.
Yes.
And you go from there.
Yeah.
And the ends, the n squared has that same thing. Okay, cool.
So
that looks simple. No, it looks simple.
Right. So
and that's what the book gives.
Yes. So sometimes it's scary when you just look at the general formula. But then you go into the examples, that's why it's always encouraged kids, right. Always right. Don't be lazy with maths. If you're lazy with maths, you're not going to pass maths. Maths is writing. You have to practice it. You have to practice those skills. And then there's an application for those as well. Like, as I say, the same, like it could find the area of a shape and bring those in. And then you will have a negative and a positive answer. But you can't have a negative side, so you got to go with the positive. So once you bring it in, because that ties in with the graphs. It ties in with so much different things, even work life situations. So once I show them how to do, because all this is the foundation. Once I break it down, application.
Brady, you are such a genius. Honestly, I have to say that, honestly, because math always complicates it for a lot of people.
Yes,
and you've been able to simplify it for everybody.
Yes.
In these series of books that you've written. So we have the one is a workbook.
Yes.
The other one is
the textbook to the workbook.
The workbook. And so it's good to have both.
Yes.
And so that's important. It's available. You can call Bradley at 234-2861. 234-2861. He is the math teacher. He's a math head indeed. And so he makes it possible for your child to understand CXC mathematics.
Yes.
So as you're preparing for those exams, these two tests are absolutely critical for you to have on your shelves, but on the tables for the children to engage with.
Yes.
You mentioned leg earlier, and I saw the cane. The first question I asked you, well, Bradley was with the cane.
Yes.
And you said?
I was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 18. I'm 42 now. I beat it. It's over 20 years. So it just left me slightly disabled, where walking is a slight issue. But I still get around. I can't run, so I have to take my time and use the cane to move around, and it's supposed to prevent me from falling. But through exercising and good activity, I strengthen the leg with the remaining muscle that's there, so that I can prevent the falling. So I have a decent life.
Living with that over your head, though, knowing, how do you manage the emotions within?
It could be difficult sometimes. I motivate a lot of my kids.
I'm coming to that, trust me, I can see it.
What happens is that when I come class, I find that if I'm in pain, kids like, sir, he in pain, boy. All right, you know what? Especially the ladies, when their cycles are on, they're not feeling well, they're hurting. But look at sir here. He's doing this for me. He don't have to be here. So you know what? We just do work.
We're gonna get some tissue. You're feeling this. I see that. That's all right. So. But it's a good thing because you feel it. You know that there's a purpose for which you exist, and that purpose is to make things possible, easier for all of those who you encounter, particularly the children of Barbados, because you want them to have a long life, and perhaps longer than yours. And so they are their best selves indeed. And so that's a good thing. Remember, folks, call Bradley at 234-2861, 234-2861, and get these books indeed. Right. So. But you said to me the children see you and they run to you because they want to help Sir, because Sir has helped them.
Yes, and they always remember. They will always come back, they will always ask, they will always check in. Even something will get a message on my phone, Sir, help me with this, sir. It's like, all right, run through it, send it off to them, send a voice note explaining. And they love to use YouTube. So I will always find a nice video that will complement what I'm doing to help them understand further. So, and it's used my way through. A lot of them be like, well, sir, how you get cancer?
Yeah.
How you survive it? Everybody normally die. I said, well, it's mindset. It's mindset, eating healthy, understand what's going on with your body, and try to eliminate those bad foods. So I got a lot of, like, in my lessons, I got boys just come in there drinking a sweet drink and biscuits. They're like, no, water, nuts.
Oh dear. Talking to me.
So try to eat something. I'm not saying you can't have one or two, but don't combine them and don't overdo. And I saw that behavior over a period of time. Like coming in my class and I'm like, last week you had this. I saw you twice this week. I walked through the school and saw you drink. This is a bad habit. No. Let me try getting some water in. And he was like, you know what, sir? I can listen to you. Even with me, my physique, sir, how you get that size? Everything plays. It's a holistic approach. Taking care of yourself, eating well, educating yourself. Everything goes hand in hand so that you can go further in life. So in talking to them, giving my experience, just appreciate a little bit more.
Bradley, you are amazing, amazing. You know, in the face of it all, you still are positive.
Yeah.
Driven enough to make a difference. Your name will not be forgotten. Your name will not be forgotten. His name is Bradley Murray. He has produced these books, Math's Playground for the Caribbean Workbook, and also the text, and it's available. It's truly available. A call away, 234-2861. You can call him and he can supply you with these very worthwhile tools to help your child beat maths at CSC because he's beaten a lot of other things throughout his life, and so he's a warrior, a survivor of so many other areas, and so he wants to help you as well. So Bradley, thanks.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's take a look at news now. We begin with this story that the island's cruise industry is in for yet another major boost. Minister of Tourism and International Transport Ian Gooding-Edgell reports that Barbados anticipates an increase in cruise arrivals during the 2025-2026 season. He made that announcement at the Sea Trade Cruise Global 2025 at the Miami Beach Convention Center. Anesta Henry has that story.
Minister Gooding-Edgell says Barbados expects to record a 22% increase in cruise arrivals during the 2025 to 2026 cruise season. He says this means that more cruise ship passengers will be sailing into the Bridgetown port this upcoming season compared to last season.
This year we've had 388 calls for this winter season, and next year we're projecting 467 calls. That therefore means that there will be more tourists because we anticipate we'll have more than 850,000 cruise ship passengers coming into Barbados. That means additional spend on island. It also means additional economic activity in Barbados, from the taxi operators to attractions to the local cuisine to handicraft, you name it, to restaurants for those who are home porting in Barbados.
Minister Edgell adds that the country's airlift strategy continues to play a significant role in the development of cruise.
Barbados is a home port, has a home port facility. It also is one of the perhaps bigger home porting operations that we have within the Southern Caribbean region. The strategy of airlift dovetails very nicely with cruise, in the sense that the amount of passengers, cruise passengers that we have coming into Barbados, taking services, be it from out of the United States or the UK, contributes to cruise and stay, which is a wonderful opportunity for those who want to take a cruise to spend a couple of days in Barbados before they go on the cruise, and when they return from the cruise, that they can also spend a couple of days before heading back home. That's worked well for us. The fact that we've had in excess of 60,000 air seat capacity coming into Barbados will also continue to support the development of cruise in Barbados.
And while an increasing number of cruise passengers sail into the Bridgetown port, Barbados continues to enhance its port infrastructure with expanded berthing capacity and upgraded terminal facilities.
We have the berth 6, which is due to be completed later this year. We're hoping to have that done by September. It's an opportunity to also free up additional space that would have otherwise, especially during the peak winter season, be allocated for cargo. So cargo, the proposal is to have a separate berth for cargo, at the same time freeing up the space within the deep water harbor to accommodate additional ships coming into the port. The port has also made a US $1 million investment in Shed 3 operations to ensure that we improve the facilities for all of our cruise visitors who embark and disembark through using that shed facility. We've also made significant improvements in terms of the pavement to ensure that those cruise passengers, when they're leaving the cruise ships and they're heading out to on their tours and so on, that they have the pavement that is satisfactory with.
That's Barbados Tourism Minister Ian Gooding-Edgell in the Anesta Henry report. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agricultural Society, James Paul, once removed the red tape that makes it difficult for small island developing states to access international relief funds. He's concerned that SIDS face too many challenges when trying to access the funds, which are supposed to be there to provide immediate assistance and long-term support. He was speaking at the 5th board meeting of the Loss and Damage Fund at the Hilton Hotel.
You have these other things tagged on to the funds. For instance, you have to go and include young people. You have to include women. Then you have to look at people with alternative lifestyles to actually include under them too. And sometimes it makes it extremely difficult for actors like us who basically are interested in business to access those funds. And this is an extreme problem that we find.
Paul says the managers of the trust must remember that they are established to respond during emergencies.
And I think that the developed world especially need to stop imposing their guidelines or whatever on countries such as ours when, truth and in fact, they're not directly addressing the needs. So I would want to appeal to the board of directors of the fund especially that they address this issue.
A local historian is confident that at the end of the Standpipe series, a book will be penned compiling all of the island's folk tales and stories. That's according to head of the Department of History and Philosophy at the university, Dr. Henderson Carter. He says each parish has a unique story to tell. As the island continues the regathering exercise, the community gathered to share and listen to stories of old at the St. Joseph Primary School earlier this week, the 4th in the Standpipe lecture series.
Stories about Crab Hole and stories about Horse Hill and Blackmans and all those wonderful stories. We want to hear from you, because at the end of the day, what we are trying to do at Cave Hill is to put together a book. Yes, put together a book. So his lecture will be in a book. This will be the chapter for St. Joseph. We've already had 3 of them. And we want to hear your stories as well. And at the end of the day, we want to publish this book after regathering so that everybody can, recap those village stories, those parish stories.
Let's look at sports now. The Leeward Islands Hurricanes are in firm control against Barbados Pride after day 2 of the 7th and final round of the Cricket West Indies 4-day championship. Resuming on 270 for 5 in that day-night match at Warner Park in St. Kitts, the Hurricanes posted 444 for 9 declared in their first innings, led by an impressive knock of 124 not out from Justin Graves. Graves hit 9 fours and Jamar Hamilton added 84 after resuming the day on 28. Left-arm spinner Jomel Warrican was impressive with 7 for 11. Here are the highlights.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with the
Barbados Pride will resume their first innings this afternoon at 1:53 for 5. They're trailing the Hurricanes by 291 runs. 5 wickets remain. Kevin Wickham is on 55. That so far included 8 fours. With him at the crease is Matthew Ford. He's on 21. In the other matches in this series, the Ghana Harpy Eagles have taken first innings leads over host Trinidad and Tobago Red Force at Queen's Park Oval. Red Force 240, Harpy Eagles 269 for 5. That's news until now. More news at 12 noon on TV8. We're back after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with the repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
All right, we're 14 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. I met this man yesterday, and he thinks he's really, really good at riddles, and I dare him. But he's a Barbadian, he's working in Jamaica, and he carries a name that is very familiar to a number of us. His name is Cabral Barito. What a name. Good morning.
Morning, Pearson.
You come with a big name, yo man.
Cabral Barito Foster, yes.
Yeah.
I got a lot of comments at school about that, you know. Your name is too long. Can't fit on the page. You know, so.
But you lived it through, right?
Yeah, I think it, you know, it's part of it, you know, you just work with it.
Yeah, you just work with it. But you're in Jamaica now. You're just home. I'll talk the reason why you're home in just a moment. But you're in Jamaica. What took you to Jamaica?
Work. Mm-hmm. Work, professional growth. you know, a need for new opportunities, and wanted to expand my horizons, you know.
You could have done that outside of the Caribbean, though.
Yes, but I'm a patriot, 100%. I love Barbados first. I need to say that first. And then I love the Caribbean, you know, and I'm a staunch believer in Caribbean integration. So if I was going to go somewhere and I had a choice, I wanted to be part of the Caribbean. I wanted to stay in the Caribbean.
But there was something about the Jamaican way, the Jamaican society that brought you there?
No, it was I got a good job offer.
It was because of the job?
Yeah, I got a great job offer, and, you know, it was an opportunity, like I said, to expand myself, to grow professionally. And
are you feeling that growth?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have no regrets about it. You know, it's a larger society. It's a larger coastline. And I got to experience a lot more of my profession there, you know.
I'm hearing a question right here, not from my producers, but from people thinking, well, but what does he do, Pearson? What does he do? What do you do?
I'm a coastal engineer. I'm a coastal engineer, and that's basically protecting the shorelines, managing that interaction between land and sea, or river and sea, or lake and sea, wherever water meets land.
Okay, so now we've settled on that. That's what he does, okay? Yeah. Fine. But the experience in Jamaica, when compared with that in Barbados, you just mentioned how it's a larger society and the like, but there's some little things about life.
Yes.
And what are some of those little differences that make you sometimes think, oh my gosh, I wish I was home?
Okay. I mean, there's differences in culture. There's differences in culture. I think Jamaica is a very enterprising society. They're very business-minded. I think there's a big emphasis on entrepreneurship. Whereas I think in Barbados, we more tend to, you know, get a job, work a job, be consistent, be safe, you know. I think we don't take the risks like how they take in Jamaica. And that's been good for me. Because even in my own investments, my own life, I've come to look at them and say, you know what, let me take a risk and try a business venture or try something. I think that's been helpful for me in terms of that cultural difference.
And so you see a lack in Barbados of sort?
I think in Barbados we don't like risk. You know what I mean? Yep. I think a Barbadian would prefer, I have a good job, I want to keep that job, and I want to work it for all these years. And I think in Jamaica, what I have seen is more, okay, I've learned that job, I'm jumping to another job. I want to go somewhere else. I want to start my own thing. You know, and I like that. I enjoyed that. I think there's a great inventive spirit there. You know what I mean?
So how do we get that happening in Barbados? How do we turn that light on that says, hey boys, listen, we can do this. We can be like or better than.
Yeah. I think it's introspection. I think Barbadians en masse benefit from leaving Barbados. I say that to everyone. I hope to live in Barbados again, and I hope that whenever I go to sleep in Barbados in the very end. But leaving Barbados, I think, is good for your perspective. To get out and look back at Barbados from another place and return with that new, refreshed perspective so that you are seeing the forest and not necessarily looking at one tree all the time.
Would you, in your youth, as you are now, want to come back and give that energy to Barbados? Or as you say, you want to come back when you want to sleep?
No, I'd love to come back to Barbados. I love to come back to Barbados, and every time I step off the plane, I smile. Every time I step off the plane.
What causes that smile?
Home. You know, where the heart is. You know, you get to Grantley Adams, the plane cracks open, there's no air bridge, and you could look out and see Paragon and all that stuff, and you say, you know, I'm where everyone knows my name, you know, I'm where everything is familiar to me.
Oh, you like Cheers as well, eh?
Well, I guess I give away my age a little bit, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah. I tell my friends that all the time, you know, there's nothing like coming home.
Yeah, and you're quite right. I mean, just traveling along the coastline, and you're looking out the window on the left.
Yes.
And you're seeing the shape of Barbados. It's an amazing feeling.
Lifts the weight. Lifts the weight.
Immediately so. And so, what do you miss while you're in Jamaica about Barbados from all perspectives? What do you miss?
I miss jam puffs. I gotta tell you, I miss jam puffs, and I feel that they're putting less jam in the jam puff every time I come home. I miss my family, my mom and my dad. You know, I miss my friends. I have to say, I miss lamb.
Ooh, the Bajan lamb.
Lamb.
Black belly lamb.
I tell people I think Bajans take lamb for granted.
I agree with you.
I heard another Barbadian, don't quote me, but I think I heard Seda Williams say that in one of her things. Somebody asked her the same thing. What do you miss living in Jamaica? They do curry goat.
Right.
But it's not like lamb.
No,
and
none.
Jamaican lamb, a Barbadian lamb is.
Yeah, listen.
I miss that.
Our canteen here, right? They know me so Pearson appears lamb.
Lamb, no,
lamb
man.
is the meat of choice for me. And you're quite right. There's nothing like lamb.
Yeah.
And so you miss the jam puffs, you miss the lamb. Anything else you miss? The soca?
Well, you would be surprised how much soca you get in Jamaica. Oh yeah, soca has taken off massively in Jamaica. Barbadian acts are constantly going to Jamaica for Jamaica Carnival. A few have stayed by me and you know linked me up when they got there and stuff. So I wouldn't say that. I miss Crop Over. I haven't done Kadooment in 8-9 years. You know what I mean? I would like to do that, you know, when work permits and life permits and so on. So I do miss that. I miss the beaches. I spent a lot of time swimming. Me and my dad used to do a lot of swimming, so I definitely miss that as well.
The opportunity to connect with other Barbadians there, is there a significant number of Barbadians there that you meet and encounter all the time, and you know, it's like home?
I'm in a group, a WhatsApp group with about no less than 50 Barbadians. Whoa. I would say the number is in the hundreds, just moving around Jamaica. I do connect with them. And I do run into them randomly, like you're at the supermarket or something, somebody hears a Barbadian accent, and you have a chat and so on. And I have my own little ecosystem group that we talk every week, and we do something for independence, or we get together and try to do a local dish, you know, that kind of.
Yes.
Try to help everybody feel home, you know.
So. Do you find yourself slipping into Jamaican from time to time in Jamaica?
My father tells me that. You getting a little twang, you know, you getting a little, and I don't particularly like that. I want to keep my accent, you know, my Jamaican friends, and tell me, you ain't learn how to speak properly yet. And I say, no, that this is how this is part of me. This is I don't plan to speak any differently. So it does creep in, but I don't want it to.
I understand. It will creep in because of you're integrating yourself in such a way that sometimes the language takes over too.
Yes.
I get it, the twang.
Yeah, the twang.
And so, what is it that Jamaicans don't quite understand about Barbadians that you've picked up?
I think Jamaicans generally don't get an opportunity to come to the smaller islands as much as they'd like.
Yeah, they don't go south.
They don't go south. And, I don't think that is prejudice, but it's cheaper to go to Miami. It's cheaper to go to New York. So that's simple maths. You know what I mean? That's simple maths for them. There are a lot of Jamaicans here, but I don't think that, especially working class Jamaicans, get the chance to go back and forth as much as they would like. You know, I find they will struggle with the accent. I'll have to tone it down and that kind of thing. And as I said to you, like, I think Barbadians are less interested in risk, you know, and I think there's some adjustment there between us and them, you know, in the way you do business, the way you handle things and stuff. I think they are more interested in taking risks and being aggressive, you know, in development, how they get jobs and how they go about their careers and so on.
You're here because Daddy's celebrating a birthday, right?
Definitely. I came home.
Look at the smile. Look at the smile. You clearly have a very solid relationship with your father.
I do.
Talk to me about that.
Well, you know, he's been there, you know, from the beginning. He's a patriot, a bigger patriot than I am, if there's such a thing is possible, you know. And he's really been involved in my development with sports, you know. Taught me to swim, you know. Me and him go swimming to this very day. And you know, he's always been there for me, and we share a lot of values and a lot of beliefs and so on. So I thought to myself, you know, if anytime I can spend with him, anytime I can come home, and he said, you know, Cabral, you got a big birthday coming, you know, and I said, of course, you know. So yeah, I have a great relationship with him, and I'm just happy to be here with him.
Yeah. Let's assume he's not watching. You have a big surprise for him?
I do have a small surprise. I recorded a video with his grandkids.
You sure he's not watching?
He can't get up that early.
Okay, good, got you.
I don't think he's up that early. He might watch it on the rerun, you know. But I recorded a video of me and his grandkids wishing him happy birthday.
Nice.
So I think he'll like that, you know.
Nice. And I think that's so important indeed. Boy to father.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that deliberately because oftentimes that relationship is a little bit different. It's more boy and mother as opposed to boy and father. But you've been able to beat the odds, and you're doing it with your father indeed. Now, I want to test you with a riddle. You claim when you came to see us yesterday, you are the riddle king, right?
I'm going to try to be.
What do we have for him? Show me the riddle. Let's show him the riddle. Which is it? Or should I give him one? Talk to me. Okay, here we go. Look at that, Cabral. How do you spell cow in 13 letters? Look at the engineer. Look.
Okay.
How do you spell cow in 13 letters? Come on, you put on your engineering hat, my brother. How do you spell cow?
In 13 letters. I was thinking buffalo, but that's not 13 letters, is it?
Keep going now. I will answer you correctly when you're finished. The crickets are sounding.
The crickets are sounding.
Waiting patiently on you.
All right.
You give up?
Yes.
You give up?
I give up.
Good. I'm glad you give up. Because we're going to put that out to the people. As well, so I'm not giving the answer at all. But we've finally been able to stop Cabral. He's been at home watching, and he's been solving all of them very, very quickly. And it is my pleasure, really, to stump you.
It's easier at home.
I'm glad.
You don't be around without the crickets and so on. It's easier to do it at home.
Now you see the pressure we put people under it.
I understand.
But it was such a pleasure meeting you, Cabral. I mean, yesterday you were fun. Today you're even more fun. And you're just one good guy from Barbados. Where did you go to school?
I went to Queen's College.
Kadir.
What is that?
That is Kadir.
What?
Because you never experienced what it felt to be a student for Coleridge and Parry.
No, my physics teacher actually went to Coleridge and Parry, Mr. Rock. You know,
was a great teacher, wasn't he?
He was he taught me physics, which is foundational. So, good morning to Mr. Rock. But yes, I did go to Queen's College.
Yes.
I left in 2006, and I'm a proud QC alumni.
Well, that's good. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Well done. You're such a good guy. But Cabral, it's good to meet you. Stay in touch because I'm sure you have stories when you return that you would want to share with us in Barbados as well as it goes. So now we know how to find you. We will find you.
There's one thing I'd like to plug.
What would that be?
I'd like to mention the Barbados Boxing Association.
Why?
Because they're having a card, the Horace Phillips Memorial, on April 26, 7 p.m. at the Graydon Sealy. The Graydon Sealy.
Yes, you told me you box.
I do box.
I said, when he said to me, a little man like you?
Yes, and most of the successful boxers that the Barbados have produced smaller than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's on the 26th at the Graydon Sealy Secondary.
April 26.
April 26.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. April 26th, 7 p.m., Graydon Sealy, a boxing card is on. And will you be boxing then?
No, I'm a bit on the old side. And I'm in Jamaica.
You hear the excuses? You hear the excuses?
I would love to be. I fought on that card in previous years when I was active here in Barbados, but I'm not on it. Charles Cox, my very good friend, is going to be headlining. Right. It's the Barbados Boxing Association on Instagram and Matchbox Promotions on Instagram. Right. They have the information.
Barbados Boxing Association and Matchbox Promotions. On Instagram. Check out for the information, but it's coming up on the 26th. So note the date and note the location, Graydon Sealy Secondary. That's where it's going to be. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Is that it? What you were doing wasn't quite boxing to me?
No, I was just doing that.
You got me for a moment. It was like, I got to learn this. Thank you, Cabral. All the best indeed.
Thank you.
Always. Morning Barbados comes back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every...
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
28 minutes now to go to 8 o'clock. Have you heard of the 1,000 Acres project going towards agriculture? Is it possible? Where do we get the land from? How can you be a part of it all? Those are questions we have to ask. And so these two gentlemen have all the answers, how to make it a reality indeed. Joining me right now, next to me in particular, is Chad Bristol. You're the business developer with Red Diamond Compost. And next to you is the Chief Executive Officer, your boss.
Absolutely.
Joshua Fort. And so, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
I read this article and I kept thinking, what on heaven's earth are these two young men getting up to? How is this possible? Where did they get the land from? And Joshua, I know it started with you making an address. What is this 1,000 Acres project about?
So the journey to 1,000 acres is all about getting land under regenerative organic cultivation. We want to produce food, but we want to produce it in a way that's more nutrient dense and is cleaner, because you are what you eat, essentially. So what we notice is that there is this kind of gap that exists, this knowledge gap when it comes to how to produce food in a way that is beyond sustainable, in a way that is improving the fertility of the soil for the next 10 to 15, 20 years, and is going to improve the nutritional quality of the food that's being grown, and how that relates to climate change, and how that relates to the intense weather events that we are challenged with year after year. So this is where we saw the opportunity to be able to bring the information, the knowledge to the forefront to persons who are interested, whether you are a backyard gardener or commercial farmer. This would be something that would give you the full scope to be able to produce the best quality food.
Agriculturists watching would think, but we used to do that. But there was crop rotation, that kind of thing, and just making sure that we fertilize and so on. But somehow, because of the commercial activity of agriculture and farming in general, we've moved far away from that. And you're seeing degradation of our soils?
Yeah, this is something we've seen, and several scientists had done the studies and reported on the loss of biodiversity in our soils, and is understanding the critical role that these microorganisms play in the soil to build soil structure, improve the nutrient cycling. So with the industrial...
You're talking about earthworms and those kinds of things,
yeah,
right?
earthworms and smaller than those as well. Really? So what we want to do is to be able to provide the information, meet people where they're at, and provide the information in a very digestible way. We have the online workshops and sessions, but we also have the practical in-person ones as well.
You have sessions?
Yes.
So that people who are interested in farming or people who are engaged already in farming can get the knowledge that you're talking about.
Exactly.
Here and resensitize themselves to what's real and what is needed. And so this is where you come in, Chad. Talk to me a little bit about the way that you're going about creating these sessions and making sure that the message is sent loud and clear to those who would want to be a part of it.
Okay, so first let me say thank you for having us on, Pearson. So before we get to that, I would like to honorarily give you these two bottles.
I feel so honored.
So
thank you.
You are now part of that 1,000 acres journey with us.
Oh dear.
Yes,
so no, it's not me.
No, it's not you.
He passed it to me. What he's given to me is, what is this one?
So basically one is a biostimulant and the other one is a plant food.
So this is the biostimulant?
Yes, made from the sargassum seaweed.
So wow.
Yes.
Talk me up some more if you don't mind.
So basically in Josh's journey, we want to create the most nutrient-dense foods possible. And we saw an opportunity where everybody else saw waste and a nuisance on the beaches. So we went in the backyard shop, tinkering around. Josh mainly, I just stood there from world support. And yeah, so we came up with these two products.
Supreme C.
Yes, please.
Organic, of course.
Yep.
And then the other one is Liquid Sunshine.
Yes.
The liquid.
Absolutely.
I thought at first they were powders of some sort. Why not powders?
That's where we're at now because we are still in the grassroots phases. We've done all of our testing and everything, but this is what the product is looking like for the moment.
So once I use this, the Supreme C brand, I am basically pouring nutrients into my soil.
Absolutely.
And I allow it to settle for just a moment, and then I start my planting.
Well, it is a concentrate.
The words are so five at my old
absolutely.
age. so I get that point, I have to hold it off, dip a little to read. But it gives great benefits.
Absolutely, it does.
And so part of the process and the training in all of this to reach 1,000 acres of regenerative agriculture is knowing what's available, that there's organic. And we're watching on our screen, folks, take a real close look. What am I seeing here?
So what you're seeing here is one of our tutors and his plot that we're going to be using for those in-person sessions. So we took the time to go up and have a chat with him. Trevor, if you're watching, good morning. We still love your techniques and methods, and this is Happy Leaf Farms that is there. So basically, back to your original question, I am not the science guy. I am the guy I love to read. I would watch my YouTube videos and everything. So when I spoke to Josh about the project, I said, we need to make this as easily digestible as possible so that even I can get it done. A person who has killed a snake plant, which I thought was impossible. And I know there are many people out there like me. So if I can get a snake plant to grow using all of the materials that I've gotten from Josh, anybody can get it done. Whoa. So that's the entire aim here.
And that's the whole point. You want people, Joshua, average people, to join this whole effort, and let's together come to raising getting that 1,000 acres.
Yes. Exactly.
So if you have a space in your house, that adds. So how do you track to know that you've met the 1,000 acres?
So when persons go on our website to actually register to join the initiative, we would collect certain information from them. So whether you are, again, you have 2 acres, you have 10 acres, or you just actually, some of the people who are already registered are just growing in containers at home. So throughout the course of the program, we are going to be actually visiting a lot of the participants, because we don't just want to provide the training and then just leave you stranded. Over the next 6 months, we're going to be doing follow-ups with you. So we want to check in to see that you're actually successfully implementing these regenerative organic practices. And throughout part of our monitoring process is collecting the data to see how much area we actually have under regenerative organic cultivation.
Good.
Yeah.
So I first start by coming to your website to register.
Yes. So reddiamondcompost.com/the journey.
reddiamondcompost.com/the journey.
The journey, yes.
And that's where we go to register.
Yes.
Fill in the information, you receive that information, and then you make contact with me and we take it from there.
Yes.
And this is where the liquid sunshine and so forth come into play. Do we get, are there samples given at that registration, or you have to purchase these to start the process?
No. So basically, first, let me say, we need to thank the Barbados Environmental Conservation Trust, who has graciously sponsored this project for us. And for all participants who register, it is 100% free.
Yep.
Okay.
And as a part of that sponsorship, we are gifting each participant at the end of the program 1 bottle of each.
Wonderful. All right,
Absolutely.
so that is, we got that there now.
Yeah.
And
So for sure.
And that's how you're tracking the 1,000 acres.
Yes.
So as we register, you identify your area, it is measured in some way, and so we build and add and add. Is there a timeline for this 1,000 acres? Are you trying to say by end of May, for instance?
Well, this is the start for us, right? This is something that we could see as an iteration happening annually. But where we're starting with Barbados, the whole plan is to expand to the regional context.
Nice, yes. And I mean, we're looking at food security, but we want not just have food security and food surety, we want to have safe food, organic food, which is good for the body.
Yes.
And grown in soils that have been properly prepared and not just dumped within everything. I see compost.
Yeah.
Composting is also going to be critical to the project, to the process.
Yes, that's a big part of the in-person workshop. Yeah, we do compost.
Because what you don't want is that somebody sneaks in contaminants, for want of a better word.
And to also highlight the safety practices around it as well, there's certain key things that's important to know.
Right. So you have to be tracking, noting down as you go, so that when you authentically say this is an organic product, that it is truly an organic product, and you didn't cheat the system. And so when you go to the website, this is where it is. Look at the website. You got it? Remember to join the journey. Start your application. Red Diamond, give me the website again.
reddiamondcompost.com/the journey.
And there you go. So from seeds to sales, from all of that they give you, they will work with you and they will guide you as it goes. And thanks to the donation, you can get some of these products as well to help you along the journey. But most of all, we want to keep it organic, avoiding those pesticides and those kinds of other inputs that tend to change it from organic to inorganic. And so we want you to really take this seriously. Register today and let's join the journey towards 1,000 acres of the rest of the
regenerative organic cultivation. Yes.
See, it's so long, I can't even recall it off the top of my head. Regenerative
organic cultivation.
Yeah. It is what our grandparents used to do.
Definitely.
We used to cow down, we used to do all those kinds of things, you know? And now we've moved become so sophisticated, we moved away from it, and we want to get back to it.
Yeah, so one additional thing I would like to mention is on the website, for those who may not necessarily be interested in joining, we still want you to help be a part of it. So we've created a comprehensive crop guide. So what we went out and done is picked a bunch of crops that we know Barbadians typically grow, they love to grow, and we've created a guide for you that even if you're not a part of these sessions, you can still go on and say, well, hey, I want to grow sweet potatoes. What soil conditions?
Grow some okras for me, eh?
Absolutely. And even if you don't see your crop there, reach out to us.
Yes.
It is a growing thing. We are building it out every single day. So if you want to grow okras and you don't see okras there, Pearson, send us an email.
I told you.
Call Joshua.
Joshua, call me now. Joshua, okras.
Yes,
absolutely. I love an okra and I love golden apples.
Yes.
You know, so food, folks. Food is the overarching message here indeed. And let's grow organic food. So join this 1,000 acres towards regenerative
organic cultivation.
Organic cultivation, getting closer to the end. And let's make this a reality because it does our bodies good.
Definitely.
And so I want to thank you, gentlemen. You don't have to be a large-scale farmer. You could be just you. Just you in your space at home. You have a backyard that's just growing grass, grow food, organic food indeed. So go register reddiamondcompost.com/join the journey, and you are good to go. Register. Let's do this. Let's beat this indeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Joshua Fort, he is the CEO. Chad Bristol, he is the business development manager. These young men are in the forefront of this, and we want to join them. So I thank you so much for your support, folks. Thank you, gentlemen. You're welcome. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is complete.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
47 minutes after 7, that makes it 13 minutes to 8 o'clock here on Morning Barbados. Now, as we turn our attention to the activities, the adventure of St. Joseph, and this has been really a wonderful month. Honestly, I am really, truly impressed by the activities that they have on calendar indeed, and I really hope that many of you are getting out there and engaging with them. Again with me is my good friend, LaSasha.
Yes, please.
How are you doing again? Good to see you.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm well, thank you.
Okay.
Now, Jonathan, I struggle with her name all the time. Jonathan is into surfing. Jonathan Reese is his name. And all the way across the seas to Connecticut is Sandra Tate. Edie, Sandra, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson. I never thought I'd get the chance to interview with you. This is an honor.
I never thought I'd get the chance to talk to you. I was saying to LaSasha, I know this lady. I know you from LinkedIn. I see you on social media. But it's so good to talk to you. But how is it for you serving as a committee member all the way in Connecticut?
So my heart is always in Barbados. I don't feel like I'm all the way far. I'm always in touch thanks to digital.
Yes. And so you've been meeting with the committee and you've been sharing your ideas as well. What about gathering the folks who live near to you who are from St. Joseph to just come home?
Well, I mean, I believe that whoever can come home comes home. And those of us who can share virtually, we do that. We're in a really wonderful age right now.
From where you sit, what do you think of the regathering? What's your view of the regathering idea for this year?
Well, I believe that any time that you can bring together the diaspora with people at home, it just makes for a richer experience for everybody.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
And you're quite right. And so that's what we're doing. We're bringing people home, but this month we're bringing people into St. Joseph. And while we're bringing folks from overseas, we want Bajans to come too,
Yes.
to engage with
That's
all
right.
of this.
Yes,
And so,
that's
Lasasha,
right.
talk to us a little bit, because I know today at Peg Farm,
Yes.
right now in the morning, the children are gathering with the library service.
That's correct. The class 3s and 4s.
Mhm.
They're gathering this morning. And this afternoon, we will be having our movie night. There will be bus service
Yes.
from Transport Board. That will be from the Granville Williams Bus Terminal, starting from 5 p.m. to Peg Farm. And then we will have from Bathsheba to Grantley Adams, and then onwards to Peg Farm. And once it's finished, back to those original destinations.
Fantastic. But the movie tonight is Shirley.
Shirley, that's right. And there'll also be a short film on the history of filmmaking of Barbados. So that will be interesting as well.
Brilliant. So folks, come out tonight. It starts at 5. A bus service will be provided indeed, but come, bring your blankets, bring whatever you want to make yourself comfortable in, and just recline and enjoy the atmosphere, the adventure of the experience, and the viewing as well. So I want to see all of you there, folks, indeed, at Peg Farm.
At Peg Farm. And at Peg Farm, and because people were asking, so the gate 1 will be the gate to look for in the bus terminal. Gate 1.
And gate 1.
Yes.
Gate 1 at the Granville Williams Terminal. That's where the bus that brings you into St. Joseph will be running from. But also this weekend, I know we have surfing at Bathsheba. And Jonathan, this is where you come in. This is your sport. And who doesn't know Bathsheba for surfing? Not even Sandra, you remember having to go to Bathsheba and enjoy the beach there and enjoy surfing?
Well, I'm the genealogist on the team, and my ancestry is in Tent Bay and Bathsheba, and I always go there when I go home. And I love the surfing. I've met some of the surfers like Mark Holder. We have such a tradition of professional surfing.
I am indeed so. And so, Jonathan, you heard she called your name, profession. Such a great profession. So talk to me a little bit about what we can experience this weekend at Bathsheba.
So, Bathsheba is home to surfing in Barbados. And
the world.
In the world. It's very world renowned. Some of the best surfers in the world travel to come here to surf, and Barbados not only has great surfing for professional surfers, but it's a great place to come and learn how to surf as well, which is part of our great tourism.
Yeah.
I think we'll have some pretty fun waves this weekend over there. So I'm hoping all the guys from Bathsheba come out. We'll be doing a nice surf exhibition for the guys from Bathsheba themselves.
Yes.
But there will be a contest running as well, the Surfer of the Year event. So it'll be a full day of surfing.
Whoa, Surfer of the Year event. So the best of the best are going to be in competition.
Absolutely.
And it's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. Yes.
Tomorrow's Saturday?
Yep.
Well, what time do you start?
So the contest will start at 7:30, but the We Gathering event will run from 10 till 2.
10 to 2,
so
7:30.
So there will be an exhibition in that time.
This is going to be fantastic. He brought along his surfboard. I tested the weight of it just now. I just wanted to see how light or heavy it really is. And it's manageable. For a little skinny fella like me, it's manageable, and that's it. So bring the children down, bring you adults who need to come as well. It is such a spectacle, really, to ride the waves, and with the winds that we're having, these are going to be some lovely waves.
Absolutely, and we had some fairly big swell recently, which has cleared a lot of the sargassum seaweed off of the beach.
Sweet.
So the beach looks pretty nice, and I think the conditions will be manageable and quite great for a spectacle and a great day of surfing.
Yeah, make a picnic out of it, folks. Make a picnic, bring the family down. Food and drinks on sale, all of those kinds of things. But come down to Bathsheba. 7:30 tomorrow morning, that's where they're going to start things going. And then from 10 o'clock till 2, competition time, baby. And that's where you see some of the very best in surfing down there in Bathsheba, enjoying themselves. Remember, all roads lead to St. Joseph. Come off every roundabout, you're getting to St. Joseph. It's simple. Take the bus from the gate 1 of Granville Williams Terminal and come to St. Joseph, or the other bus
from Bathsheba
to
Grantley Adams, and then onward to Peg Farm.
Because at Grantley Adams, tomorrow is Q Day.
Tomorrow is
very special Q Day.
Yes, please. So tomorrow we will also be having our fun day / Q in the community, and it will be a time for all persons, young and old. So there will be our teal marketplace that will involve BTMI having genealogy there, as well as Child Care Board awareness and the Barbados Trust Loans Fund. They'll be there as well. All local vendors from the parish, they will be having items like plants and handmade soaps and everything there. So it will be something for everyone. So we're asking everyone to come out. There will be rides for the kids, jumping tents, everything you can think about will be there.
Grantley Adams Memorial. Grantley Adams Memorial. And Q has a tradition of lasting till thy kingdom come, right through the night.
Yes.
So there's no rush. Take your time. And while you're there, you will enjoy yourself. And as always, Q puts on the bus service too from the Gate 1 of the Granville Williams Terminal to bring you into the Grantley Adams Memorial tomorrow evening. And what time is the Q event starting from? The traditional 11 o'clock?
11 a.m. 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Right, so we'll do surfing, we'll do some Q. We're spending the day in St. Joseph tomorrow. Starting tonight, if you want to sleep over, it's okay as well. From Peg Farm, you sleep over and then you wake up early, you go to Bathsheba for the surfing, and you migrate over to Q in the community in the afternoon, right after surfing, and spend the day in St. Joseph. This is fantastic, the way you have it all plotted out and planned out as well. Yes. And so with genealogy on, Sandra, talk to me a little bit about how important it is when people visit Q in the community tomorrow and come to the genealogy marketplace that we take time to know our history.
So important. So I'll just give a little overview. So in 1939, the Barbados Museum had a mandate to research the leading families in the island. When I came to genealogy, I had a different mindset. I wanted to hear the voices of all the people who built the island. And that's how we've evolved now to having this genealogy marketplace. And it's important because our history has our health in it. It tells us, who we are, essentially as individuals, and how we built our country. St. Joseph, we're talking about Carl Williams. We're talking about Mayor Amal Motley having roots and ancestry in St. Joseph. We're talking about people who has made tremendous contributions around the world. And we're talking about us, right? We built Barbados. We are the breadbasket, Andrew's Factory. We have such rich stories.
Yes.
And we really need, in this age of erasure, we need to capture our stories and value the legacy, the resilience, and the strength of our ancestors, all of them.
I love the age of erasure. I have not heard that expressed in that way before. Thank you for that. I love that, age of erasure. And so that's important. And so I'm glad that you've expressed it in that way, because now we understand what it means to visit the genealogy marketplace, lest we forget, lest it is removed. Let's trace the roots and supplant those roots as well, and build on those roots as well. So the genealogy marketplace is at the special Q in the community at the Grantley Adams Memorial School tomorrow. You know how we do it at Q in the community. We're there from early and we're there till late. We're closing St. Joseph down. So everyone goes to bed and Q continues. So be there tomorrow. But Jonathan, give us some of the names who are going to be surfing.
We've got a ton of people competing. We've got a lot of local guys. Tyler Small will be competing. A lot of guys that haven't been surfing are actually coming out for this event. We're kind of bringing them out of the woodwork and reintroducing the surfing in Bathsheba with the Bathsheba community.
Yes.
So we'll actually be even taking extra boards down for guys that don't have boards. We'll make sure that everybody has equipment to surf. I'm hoping that Buju will be there, which is one of the main lifeguards in the area. Mark Holder, I've tried to contact him. Hopefully he'll be out as well. And then we'll have the regular surfers. We'll have Josh Burke, Jacob Burke, Rafe Gooding, Chelsea Twat will be there. So a lot of the top surfers will be there competing for the Surfer of the Year. And like I said, then we'll be actually doing a nice exhibition for the Bathsheba surfers. And we're still hoping that numbers will climb. So hopefully they see the show this morning and they jump on board and sign up today.
I am serious. This is big, folks. These are people who have traveled the globe and represent Barbados in surfing. And so you need to be there to witness. And it's not often that we get to see them compete home all together in one bowl. Tomorrow, the Soup Bowl really at Bathsheba is a place to be from 7:30 in the morning till about 2 in the afternoon. And within that chock full of competition and different displays as well, so we have to be there. And then later on, we're heading, once we finish surfing, we're going across to the Grantley Adams Memorial School, I was going to say International Airport, and to be engaged with Q in the community indeed. Lasashi, there's so much going on. I want to thank you and your committee again for really exciting Barbadians across the adventure of what St. Joseph has to offer. And Sandra, thank you from Connecticut for reminding us of how important it is to know our history and to document our history.
Absolutely.
Lest we
Thank you.
face erasure. I like that. It's a season of erasure. And Jonathan, for doing well in surfing and reminding us how critical and special Bathsheba is to Barbados and to the world. It really is a special place, a divine place. Absolutely. So all of your team, thank you as well.
Thank you.
All right. Folks, I'm out of time. I'm already out of time. No, we gotta go. I want to thank you so much for keeping us company. Listen, I want to wish all of you a wonderful weekend. Remember, we're spending the weekend from today in St. Joseph right through till Sunday morning. We're going to be there, and I want you to come out and be a part of it all. My little crew joins me wishing you a wonderful weekend, and we say thank you and bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.